How are we doing, Mark?
We're doing well, Dean. How you doing?
Yeah, doing pretty well.
You like to kayak?
Back in the day.
Yeah, you were a kayaker.
Yeah, not a lot recently.
No, I know, not
busy.
recently. You take a little time off, but you can appreciate this. Go out for a little kayak. By the way, actually, you're not going to hear the audio in this, so it won't matter. But because I don't know what they're saying, because I don't know what language this is in. But they're going up on some humpback whales.
Ooh, yeah.
Really cool, right? Yeah. And they just got close. So you get close, you're like, oh man, this is cool. And then the whale decides, look, let's just play here and let's see who's going to do what. Rolls over on its side, okay, and comes up underneath the kayak. Okay. Now the guy in the audio on this to go with it is actually remarkably composed. Yeah. The whale just picks him up, kind of hangs out there, no big deal. And the whale's like, "Nah, I was just kidding." And then the whale just kind of slides off and lets him back down.
Just sets him back down.
Nice and easy. It was just kind of like, yeah, I was just playing around here. But they were just hanging. I mean, the size of these, just stunning. Yeah, really cool. And this goes on for just another maybe 15 seconds at the most, with the whale just hanging out there like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. What do you want to share? Now that kayak you've got is a little smooth on my
got that
barnacles
kayak a
there.
little high-centered.
You want to scrape some of those barnacles off me? I'd really appreciate it. And then eventually the whales just take off. They're gone. They'll look underneath. You can see there they are right there. That is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So here we go. You can hear them now. Can you pick out the language?
Después te saco foto.
Is that
Spanish?
Spanish or Italian?
Mirá, te viene a morder el remo. Mirá, 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 mirá.
I'm not sure what language that is, but still, you get the point. But he's still pretty calm. It's really cool. So anyway,
that's great.
Check it out. Yeah, we'll tweet this video out so you can check it out. But cool stuff. All right, here's a look at what's going on. Satellite and radar, not much right now. But the northern mountains getting a couple sprinkles that are continuing out there. Most of the moisture plume has sort of been nudged off to the west right now, and pretty quiet storm times right now. 80 degrees in the metro. Winds out of the north right now at 9 miles an hour across the northern half of the state. Temperatures mainly in the 60s and some 70s, and down to the south still in the 80s in these areas. All right, high pressure, which was off to the north, is now nudging its way back down into New Mexico. So that's going to lead to fewer storms across the area for tomorrow. It doesn't mean they're going to be gone altogether, but with the high overhead, you know how this goes. We don't tend to see as much action when we get that high set up right over the state, and that's going to be the deal for at least, I think, the next 3 days or so. And by the time we hit late Saturday and into Sunday, that will start to change across the area here. But that high sitting over us is definitely not helping, and it is limiting the moisture supply. So where might we see some storms? Well, one area is over the northern mountains. Given that we'll have pretty sparse moisture, a trigger point being the mountains will help with some lift in the heat of the day. We'll grab a couple of showers northern mountains and possibly over into the northwest plateau and southwestern Colorado. These are the two areas we're going to watch most closely. But given the moisture we've got in place, it's not going to be great, and we're not necessarily going to see widespread storms. And in fact, we're seeing quite a change here over the past few days. If you remember back to yesterday, northern mountains through the metro, across the southwest, we had deep moisture in place, good crop of storms. Today, high starts to edge in our direction. We limit the storms. The only big storm we had was in Algodones. An inch of rain there flooded the area. We'll have more on that coming up at 10 for tomorrow, northern mountains in northwest. But the big change, that happens late Saturday into Sunday. The high shifts, allowing yet another cold front to come in, bring some more juice across the area. We add the heat of the day and crank up the storms again next week. Probably a couple of different cold fronts, actually. So we've got more on the way and a lot to talk about here, but we are going to see a couple days break unless you're up around southern Colorado and northwestern New Mexico, where the chance of showers tomorrow is actually better than it's been over the past couple of days. Southwest, not as much action here, but a spot storm possible. 80s and 90s over to the southeast. Partly sunny with a hot afternoon on the way, and those hot temperatures continue well into the weekend. 96 Santa Rosa, 94 Springer, 93 in Raton. Quieter northern mountains. A little better chance at grabbing a storm here. With those temperatures in the 70s and 80s out into the East Mountains. Temperatures here top out in the 80s and 90s. Sun and clouds and a mild afternoon, and finally right here in the metro. Mostly sunny and hot. Temps in the 90s. And as you check out the 7-day forecast, our chance at showers starts to go up by about Sunday and lasts into next week. And if you want to talk on Twitter, and we will post the video of the day there at KRQE Mark.
Yeah, check it out again. Mark, thank you.